That was good. Good morning. Welcome to the best week of the year in St. Petersburg. Absolutely. Without question, this is the best week in St. Pete. My name is Sean Druin, and I am pumped to be your MC today, surrounded by champions, local champions, national champions, international champions. If this doesn't get you fired up, I'm not sure anything will. This is the point in the speech where I bring up our weather. So you see exactly who I'm looking at. We'll be at the chamber here in a little bit. But I'm going to take the Kevin Savory approach. Last night we were at the track, and he was very matter of fact. He said, nope, we're going to have a great race Friday. He said the R word Friday night. Saturday is going to be great for the inaugural trucks. And Sunday is going to be incredible for the 22nd running of the IndyCar. And so I wholeheartedly believe in the Kevin Savory approach, and he's going to be spot on. It will not R word, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. So, yeah. There's someone else that gets equally as pumped up about this. This is his 5th time now being right here at this podium, and every year when we talk, I think he gets more and more excited. He is really jacked up about these trucks. We don't have motorcycle racing on the track yet, Mayor, but maybe one day. So please join me in welcoming our mayor, Mayor Kenneth T. Welch.
Thank you, Sean. Did y'all see Sean's red shoes? I think everybody needs a pair of those red shoes, man. Looking good. Good morning, St. Pete. We feel the need for speed. We are fired up and ready for the Firestone Grand Prix, which is one of the most exciting traditions in our city. It's a weekend of events that bring energy, international visitors, and a spotlight to our beautiful downtown and waterfront. And in addition to Kevin's guarantee, Chair Hanowitz and Council have guaranteed we're going to have good weather on Saturday, so we know that's going to happen. My thanks to Kim and Kevin and to the Green Savory Racing Promotions for bringing this race to St. Petersburg for over 2 decades now. Your partnership has helped make the Grand Prix a signature event that reflects the vibrancy and momentum of our great city. It's also great to see a familiar face in our own Nikita Johnson, who's joining us once again. Y'all show Nikita some love. Nikita, you've grown up with this event, and we're proud to watch you continue to rise through the ranks. We look forward to cheering you on. We're also equally proud of another hometown driver, Ryan Leach. Ryan? Man, they look so young, or I'm feeling so old. Who's racing the Mazda MX-5 Cup. Both of you show our young people what dedication, opportunity, and hard work can lead to, and we're so proud of you. One of the best things about the Grand Prix is the number of people that it attracts to our city year after year and the economic impact of those visits. Those visitors and their support for our local businesses generate about $60 million in economic impact for the city of St. Pete. That's real support for our restaurants, hotels, shops, and our employees. St. Pete is excited about our partnership with IndyCar and proud to be the place where NTT IndyCar Series season begins every year. And as Sean said, this year brings something new. For the first time ever, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be racing through the streets of St. Petersburg. We're excited to welcome NASCAR teams, drivers, and fans to our city and add another layer of excitement to an already incredible weekend in St. Petersburg. We also send a warm welcome to the millions of fans who will be watching the live national broadcast on Sunday. The city is ready. Let's give a shout out to our city team for getting the track ready in record time. As always, Tony Lino and the team, all of our administrations who help out in making that happen. The race teams, especially the drivers, are ready, and all that is left is to raise the Firestone Grand Prix flag and say, drivers, start your engines. Now join me in welcoming Council Chair Lisette Hanowitz to the podium. Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. There is nothing quite like the Grand Prix week here in St. Petersburg. For 22 years, this event has transformed our downtown into one of the most exciting street circuits anywhere in the world. And every single year, it still gives you that same rush. I love the speed, the energy, the excitement, But what truly makes this weekend incredible is the transformation. On any other weekend, you'll walk along our waterfront parks, you're visiting markets and festivals, you're watching planes take off from Albert Whitted, you're heading to the Mahaffey for a show or stopping by the Dali Museum. You look over Tampa Bay and see the sunshine dancing over the water, and it better be happening this weekend because the R is not happening. And then almost overnight, it becomes a racetrack. Concrete barriers rise, grandstands go up, the streets close, and suddenly the racing world is watching St. Petersburg. You can stand in the exact same place and not even recognize it. That happens here because St. Petersburg believes in bold ideas. And when partners, planners, and this community come together, we can turn one of the most beautiful urban waterfronts in America into a global motorsports destination. To the drivers, teams, and sponsors who have traveled here from near and far, welcome to St. Petersburg. We are proud to host you, and we hope you experience the spirit of our city when you are here. To last year's winner, Alex Palau, felicidades and welcome back. We're glad to see you return and defend your title. And to the Green Savory team and our outstanding city staff, thank you. This event takes vision, coordination, and an incredible amount of work, and you deliver it year after year. However, sometimes the future of racing doesn't just come to St. Petersburg, it comes from St. Pete. So it is my honor to introduce St. Petersburg's own Nikita Johnson. A hometown talent with an impressive international racing resume, competing in the Indy Next by Firestone Series, the final step to the road of IndyCar. He represents dedication, discipline, and the courage to chase big dreams. And he represents our city in the national stage, St. Petersburg. Please help me welcome Nikita Johnson.
Thank you everyone for being here. I mean, it means a lot. This is my 4th year doing the flag raising and racing in the St. Petersburg Grand Prix. Obviously now I stepped up another class, so that's very cool. But I want to thank Mayor Welch for everything that he does for the city, and then also with the Grand Prix, also Green Savoy Racing. I mean, every single year I come here, I just feel like it's getting better and better, and it's just an incredible race. It's my favorite on the calendar, so yeah, with that, I want to thank all the workers and everybody part of the track build, everybody that just comes together and makes this possible. I mean, we couldn't do it without them, and it's just such a great event to be here and be a part of. So just want to thank everybody for coming out, have fun, come out, watch on Saturday, Sunday, and yeah, watch some fast cars go around. Thank you, everyone.
It's awesome to watch someone like Nikita. You know, I think 4 years ago he was 13 or 14, and the running joke was like, how can you drive 100 miles an hour and you can't even legally drive on our roads? Like, we were just perplexed. He's 13 and 14 winning races and can't actually drive. So we're like proud aunts and uncles watching him, you know, win races, and I'm checking Instagram and checking to see like how good Nikita does, and so keep making us proud, my friend. All right, we have another hometown driver, which is so awesome. Ryan Leach, come on up. He's a proud resident of St. Pete. He's in the Mazda. He's being sponsored by our friends over at Power Design, another incredible partner of ours. Ryan's story is one of determination, resiliency, and a little bit of moxie. So I'll let you hear from Ryan.
Thanks, everybody, for coming. Yeah, I'm just super grateful to be here. I definitely would not be here without Power Design, so I got to give all the thanks to them. I also want to give thanks to the entire city, the mayor, Kim and Kevin, Steve, really everybody who helps put this event together. I know it's a lot of work, but I think it's well worth it. So look forward to seeing everybody out at the races this weekend, and yeah, I think it's going to be a great one.
Again, look up his story. I was doing some research, and it's a pretty incredible story of where he's come from and where he is today. So we mentioned earlier, this race would not be possible without the hundreds of employees that make this possible. Shout out to our guiding light, Tony Lino, wherever he's at. 22 years and counting. Man, he keeps us going. Beth, who tries to keep us in line as best as she can. She checks in daily to keep us going. The Greg Mitchells, the Andy Cheese of the world, this would not be possible without the team. So shout out to the team. It wouldn't be possible, obviously, without that, but we have the best promoters in all of sports, all of racing, I don't care. And what makes them so special is they put their money where their mouth is, and they literally raise money and give it back to our programs, to PAL, to other programs. They're about building a legacy that their children are proud of and our children are proud of. So these guys listen to us. They're a part of the chaos that we bring, and I think they bring a little chaos to us too, but we welcome with open arms. So please join me in welcoming our dear friends from Green Savary Racing, Kim Green and or Kevin Savary.
I don't know who's.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I guess I lost. No, I don't know. Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. And, it just seems like yesterday we were here negotiating to bring a car race to St. Petersburg. And, Beth has a different role now, but way back then she was still a part of it. So, Beth, so thankful for you to be a part of it now. And, again, Tony as well from day one. It's just so many relationships that Kim and I have developed down here, and just so proud to be a part of this community. But, more so, I think, they mentioned Kim and I's participation with Police Athletic League and giving back to kids that, obviously are going to be a bigger and bigger part of this community going forward, and we're so proud of that. And having said that, obviously we've got some community events this afternoon with the Party in the Park and the 5K, and literally the 5K sold out this year, so we're really thrilled about that, which means Kim and Kevin are going to write a bigger check to PAL, which, as a bean counter, that drives me crazy, but it's going to a good cause. So anyway, we'll look forward to that on Sunday morning. But, I think for us, one of the things we feel really strongly about is the enhancements that we're bringing to the fan experience this year. So Green Savary invested this past year in some enhanced grandstands, and then also we brought a lot more video boards. So Kim and I made an investment in those, and I think that's going to enhance the fan experience. So I don't think you can go very far without seeing a video board, and we're trying to create fan zones where there's food, there's drink, a video board, and you don't have to have a grandstand seat. You can be a general admission fan and still have a great experience. So we're really, really looking forward to that. And obviously, the thing that this is all about are the race car drivers in this series. And, so thrilled this year not only to have IndyCar leading off its season, but also the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. And so excited about that. First time that they've ever been on the city streets. And I'm telling you, they're going to put on a hell of a show. And rain or shine, which, again, it's going to be shine. We all know. This is not the Sunshine City for nothing. So, again, we're going to be fine. And, again, I think, just so exciting to see that. And to me, for the city to have literally 2.5 hours of Fox primetime on Saturday and 2.5 hours of Fox primetime on Sunday, so excited for that and the ROI that's going to create not only for the city and the Convention and Visitors Bureau, but also, again, for our great sponsors. And they're the ones that, really allowed Kim and I to make our dreams come true, and for those dreams to come true here in St. Pete. Just, again, thank you to everyone. Obviously, we thank Tony and Beth and again, the police, the fire. We just ask them, can you help us do this? Can you help us do that? And they just always step in and it's not how, it's, yep, we'll take care of that. So again, a big thank you to everyone that helps make that happen. And again, just looking forward to get the weekend started, and we'll see you out there. Thanks so much.
All right, let's hear from our IndyCar president. Y'all make some noise for Doug Bowles. There he is.
Had to put my good St. Petersburg coffee down there. Mayor, Madam Chair, council members, first responders, everybody that works for the city, and mostly the residents of St. Petersburg, thank you so much for kicking the IndyCar season off every year. Kim and Kevin are great partners with us and obviously great partners with you, and this has become a huge tradition. I was thinking last night when I arrived here, over the 22 races that have been here, I think I'm probably on average 4 nights that I spend in St. Petersburg. So if you look at that, it's almost 3 months of my life. So I'm not truly a resident, but I feel like it. And to watch this city grow over the last two decades, this is such an amazing city, and it's such a great place for us to kick off the NTT IndyCar Series. I know our drivers love coming down here. They bring a lot of their fans. They bring a lot of their partners. This is a big event for us. In fact, I think we talked a little bit about how big this can be for the economy, not just the people that come for the race, but what they do when they're here. And most of us that come here, we have places that we go eat, and we do those kind of traditional things. My wife comes down. There's a really cool boutique here. She plans out all of the special events we've got for the whole year and buys all her stuff here in St. Petersburg. I broke a pair of glasses yesterday. I'm seeing an eye doctor in St. Petersburg this afternoon to get some new glasses. So we do more than just spend money in the restaurants. We spend money in the community. And this really does feel like a second home to those of us in Indianapolis because of the way that it kicks the season off, but mostly because of the way that all of you embrace us. We feel like this is an event. When we look at our 18-race schedule, what we really want is not just races, we want races that are events. And this is a perfect example of something that's much more than a race. And when you have promoters who give back to the community as well, that's what makes it so special. And that's the heart of Kim and Kevin, is not just putting on a great race, but putting on a great race as great neighbors and giving back to the community here. And your community embraces us, and it really means a whole ton to us. Last year, though, the season started out pretty cool for a guy by the name of Alex Palou. But for the remainder of the series competitors, they didn't like it because it was just the beginning of what was going to be one of the most dominant racing seasons that an IndyCar driver has seen for almost 50 years. Alex Palou went on to win another championship. He went on to finally win the Indianapolis 500. And he's back here to defend that championship. And the question that everybody has in the NTT IndyCar Series is, can Alex Palou continue the Alex Palou from 2025 into 2026? There will be 24 drivers who will be trying to make sure that that is not the case. But there is one driver that if you had to bet on somebody who's going to be successful, I would put all my money on Alex Palou. Alex Palou is an unbelievable race car driver. More importantly, he's also another guy with a huge heart. He's a family man. He loves our series. He loves coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, your defending champion, multi-time NTT IndyCar champion, and last year's Indianapolis 500 champion, Alex Palou.
Well, that's a great introduction. Thank you. I didn't expect that, but thank you all for being here. I'm so happy to finally kick our 2026 season here in St. Pete. We have, as a driver, you want to be competing every single weekend, but our season, we're talking about it, it's long. Although we're very busy, it's long, and finally here, it's when we get to go racing, we get to compete with other teams, other drivers, and our team. So we've been preparing a lot to try and continue what we started here last year with an amazing season. We know, as Doug said, there's another 25 drivers and 10 teams that are just trying to beat that number 10 Chip Ganassi racing car. But we've been working hard to try and still keep on that performance. But most than anything, I'm just excited to get the season started here in St. Pete, one of my favorite tracks, and for sure my favorite weather. So yeah, cannot wait to get started and to have a great weekend. I hope everybody enjoys. Thank you for all the city and everybody that is making sure that we have such a great event, such a great track as well, with the grandstands, the fans that are so close to us, the drivers. So cannot wait to get racing tomorrow when we start in practice, and then excited to see the track race as well. I think it's going to be very exciting to see, but most than anything, the IndyCar race on Sunday. Thank you.
I'm glad soon-to-be resident Doug brought up the dominance of Alex because I'm a sports nut, so I equated that into some numbers. So Alex won or was on the podium 13 of 17 races last year. So To put that in perspective, he was more likely to win a race or be on the podium than it was for Wayne Gretzky to score a goal in an NHL game. He was more likely to win a race, be on the podium, than it was for Michael Jordan to make a shot or Steph Curry to make a three-pointer. He was more likely to win a race or be on the podium than it was for Tom Brady to complete a pass, for Nolan Ryan to get a strikeout, or for Messi to get a shot on target. Not a shot, not a goal, but just to get a shot on target. He was more likely to win a race or be on the podium than any of those things. That's what he did in 2025. Let's hear for Alex Pillow. But that has nothing to do with 2026, so we will see what you do this year, my friend. Just saying. All right, let's wrap this thing up. So this race is so much more than just fast cars. It's about building core memories. It's families coming together. It's spending time with loved ones. It's showing the world who St. Petersburg is. Every year I get to walk around and talk to people, and more now you see families, and it's a young father, a young mother saying, I came here when I was a kid, and now I'm getting to do that with my children. So this is a generational event. It's not just a racing event or a car event. It's becoming a generational event for families to build core memories. I think that's something that we can all be very, very proud of. So with that being said, let's do what we all came here to do. Let's raise that flag. Thanks for being here. We're going to strike this. We'll do a photo. That's pretty impressive.